there, are you looking for a daily practice that you can apply and you can avoid aches and pains? Well, if so, friend, then this video is for you. Hi there, my name is Morgan Risden and I'm the creator of Center Studio, where I teach people, just like you, skills to feel more comfortable more often. Now, if you're new to my channel, friend, welcome. I'm really glad to have you here, and I hope if you find today's video helpful, you'll be sure to hit the subscribe button. Also, there's a notification bell that lets you know anytime I upload a video similar to this one. Now, in today's video, I wanted to share with you one of the best daily practices that I can suggest to you if you're looking to avoid pain or at least reduce and eventually eliminate the discomfort that you're in. This is a practice, my friend, that I am always teaching my students, especially early on when they begin their studies with me, because it's something that I think is so important to learning the Alexander technique and to applying this work in your day-to-day life. And it is the concept of self-awareness. Now, when I talk about self-awareness, I'm not talking about the kind of self-consciousness that a lot of people oftentimes refer. I'm talking about this idea of just knowing what is happening, knowing what you are doing at any given time with your mind, with your body, and how you are reacting to different things that exist in your world, okay? And now you might be saying to me, well, how does that affect how I feel? How is that gonna help me avoid pain, Morgan? Okay, let me give you a couple examples. One example might be that you're somebody who spends 8, 10, 12 hours in front of your computer for work, okay? So you email a lot, you're sending different files, you're putting together files, maybe you've got documents or you're writing a lot of content in a program, but at the end of the day, you're just in front of your computer a lot, okay? And if this is you, and you're somebody who at the end of the day when you're logging off for the evening, you find your neck is really tight, your shoulders are tense, there's a lot of compression up in this area of your body, and you just know that this wasn't helpful, sitting in front of my desk all day. Okay, now how much did you pay attention to those parts of your body before you ended your day? Right? How much of those things, your neck, your shoulders, maybe your jaw, if you're somebody who has TMJ, how much of your body were you aware of as you were typing your emails, sending files, setting up meetings? How much of that was in your level of consciousness as you did these other tasks? And if you're anything like my other students, it's probably going to be pretty low, if at all, okay? And that's normal. I think that's normal for a lot of people because we're not necessarily taught to be mindful of our bodies while we're doing things in life, right? And I consider that to be somewhat of an embodiment. The fact that I can do things with my physical body and at the same time be aware of that activity as much as I am aware of my body. And the two can coexist. With practice, right? That's the key, is with practice, we pay attention to how am I using my body and what is happening. So that would look like the following, that all of a sudden you're at your desk and you notice, oh, I have this Post-it note that says self-awareness, right? You watched my video and you thought, I'm gonna put a Post-it note up there. Self-awareness. Okay, did I check in with my body? I just sent an email and I see this Post-it note. Well, my shoulders are really tight. Okay, I'm starting to feel like I should get up and move around. Okay, so listen to your body. Don't wait until the hour that you usually take a break. Stand up, take a call while you're standing instead of staying at your desk. Walk around the office, even if you're just doing a big loop and you come back. Pay attention to your body as you're using it throughout the day instead of waiting until the end when you're in pain or in discomfort and your body is talking to you at a much louder volume, okay? When you start to pay attention, you can start to make adjustments. So let's say, for example, somebody asks you for a meeting and you know this meeting is not necessarily one where you're gonna be taking a lot of notes or you have to refer to anything. And so you might suggest to the person, I'm feeling like I could use some fresh air. Can we take this meeting outside and just walk around the block real quick? We can have this conversation, but we'll at least be moving our bodies. Chances are you're gonna feel better and so is your coworker, right? So being creative with how can I be listening to my body, paying attention to it, and then making these small adjustments that normally I might write off, right? Normally I might be like, oh, I could do a walking meeting, but I can also just stay at my desk and do it. But why? If you know that your body would appreciate that and is going to feel so much better, friend, why not make the change? Okay. Another example might be somebody who's on their feet all day, right? Maybe you're a server, you're somebody who's on your feet in an industry where you don't sit down a lot and you find yourself running around, running errands, and by the end of the day, maybe after dinner, it's the first time you had a chance to get off of your feet. And you feel yourself like, oh man, this feels so good. My feet are a little sore, my back hurts. And what if you could find moments throughout your day where you could create opportunities to sit down more? Okay, that might look like if you're somebody who's, say you're a mom running around running errands and you have to fold laundry, instead of standing where you've got your like laundry, set up, maybe you say, well, I'm going to take my basket and I'm going to go someplace where I can sit to do my laundry because I just would like to get off my feet. Or maybe you're somebody who's in a line and you know that you're going to be there for at least a good 10, 15 minutes. And you say, okay, I'm going to stand in this line, but then all of a sudden you spy perhaps a chair, a stool, a ledge of some kind where you realize, I could probably, pop a squat there for about 2-3 minutes. It's not going to make the line go any faster, but it's not going to hurt for me to take advantage of that empty seat that's available to me. And just creating this opportunity where you're expanding your awareness to your environment and to yourself to see when are there opportunities for you to be taking better care of yourself in the moment so that you don't wait, friend, until you lay down at night, so that you don't wait until your body is screaming that you need to take an Advil, but that instead you're meeting yourself in the moment. Okay? And this is something that oftentimes we don't really think too much about, I think, because we're not used to the practice of being aware while we're doing things. And the example I often will refer to with my students is when my parents used to live in Riyadh. They would call from Saudi Arabia to talk to my children, and oftentimes I had my phone on me, right? So I would pick up, my mom is there, she wants to talk to the kiddos, and it would be easy for me to just say, oh, here, kids, look at, Babu and Gampa and talk with them on the screen. But I always said to them, if I was on my phone, which 9 out of 10 times I was always on my phone when they contacted me, I would pick up the phone, I'd say, hey, Mom, let me go get the iPad and call you back, and hang up. And then I would go downstairs or I'd go upstairs, depending on where I am, to get my iPad to set my kids up so that they could watch on the larger screen instead of taking a little tiny device and carrying it around to try and look at their Babu and Gampa. Okay, and this is something that I think most people don't think about. They're not aware that, when I'm on the phone, like trying to get into the video and see everything, and the screen is smaller. So especially for my children, when they're sharing a device, that's not conducive for keeping themselves open and lengthened. It really creates an opportunity for them to kind of get small and try to get into this little tiny screen. So when you pay attention to, I could in the moment just say, hey, see you, I'm going to talk to you in a minute, hang up and go get something else. You're essentially creating successful opportunities for you to take better care of your body. And it's small, friends. It is not huge. It doesn't require buying ergonomic chairs or buying standing desks even all the time. It's just a matter of practicing every single day. How can I adjust my environment so that I can be more comfortable? And that begins with being aware of how you're using your body, aware of how you're doing certain activities, of what parts of your body are activated or tight as you're doing them. And I'll talk more about this at different points throughout my YouTube channel, no doubt, as this is one of the core principles of the Alexander technique. But I really want to suggest that this is the best practice that you can implement to essentially reduce and eliminate pain that you're getting yourself into. Now, I hope you enjoyed today's video, friend, and of course, if you did, it would mean a lot to me if you'd hit the like button. Also, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and you can comment below. Share what kinds of ways do you plan on implementing this idea, this concept of self-awareness. I'd love to hear from you. All right, until next time, take care. Ciao.